In this ultimate guide, we're going to go over everything you know about getting the gold, platinum, polyatomic, and even the Orion camo for the melee weapons. This includes the Riot Shield and the combat knife. We're going to go over class setups, the gold challenge, the platinum challenges, all the different challenges, and in the very near future, we're going to have guides on every single weapon class here in Modern Warfare 2. That way you can get the final camo as quick as possible. So make sure to sub if you want to see that. And if you left a like or a comment, I appreciate that a ton. So starting off, let's quickly go over how the new camo system works for the melee weapons. The first thing you have to do is get one of them to level 11. Once it's level 11, you're going to unlock the base challenge. Once you have finished the base challenge, you're going to unlock the gold challenge. Once you do that, you're going to get the gold camo. And once you get both the melee weapons gold, you're then going to be able to do the platinum challenge. Now you've got to go back to both melee weapons, do this platinum challenge. And after you've done that and done the platinum challenge for 51 different weapons in the entire game, you can then do the polyatomic challenge. Once the polyatomic challenge is done for all weapons in the game, or at least 51 of them, you will then unlock the Orion camo. Step 1 is to get your melee weapon to level 11, and this is my recommended class setup for this. Yes, I'm going to be using the Riot Shield and the combat knife at the same time, and if you plan on getting Orion and you're going to be getting both these gold, the most efficient way is to do both at the same time. For the tactical, we're using the decoy grenade. For the lethal, I'm going to be using the throwing knife because I think it pairs really well with the Riot Shield. However, if there's another lethal that you're going to be able to get more kills with, I recommend using that instead. However, the throwing knife's a very solid choice. For the perks, we're going to be using extra tactical, double time. For our bonus perk, we're using fast hands, and then for the last perk, we're using overclock. For the field upgrades, we're using DDoS and dead silence. The main one you want to use is DDoS. If there's another field upgrade you like better than dead silence, use that one instead. Then when it comes to the kill streaks, we're going to make sure it says score streaks, and then we're going to put on UAV, counter UAV, and we're going to put on advanced UAV as well. The only mode I really recommend playing when leveling up melee weapons is kill confirmed. I do not recommend playing invasion. Yes, it's going to give you a ton of XP when you kill bots, but killing bots with a melee weapon is not a good idea. And yes, you can get in the tanks and vehicle, and that weapon XP is going to count, but I find kill confirmed to be a lot faster for melee weapons specifically. So you guys know this strat. Obviously, every time you collect a tag, you're going to be getting XP for the weapon in your hand, so collect every tag you find. Also, throw decoys where you think enemies are going to be, because every time you throw a decoy near an enemy, you're going to get a decoy distract. Also, the DDoS upgrade is going to give you even more, because every time you're near a player, you're going to get some XP for that. And when you destroy enemy decoys with it, you're also going to get XP for that. As soon as you get in any sort of kill streaks, call them in, because kills while you have a UAV up is going to get you even more XP. Same thing. And now that we've respawned, we've got even more decoys. And this strategy is going to help you level up your melee weapons extremely quickly. And the thing about just continuing with the melee weapons is, for the most part, you're probably not going to do as good when you're using the Riot Shield. So the more you use it, the easier lobbies you're going to get in, allowing you to get more and more XP per match. Also, when you have your Riot Shield out, don't forget you got a throwing knife. Kills with a throwing knife are going to reward the XP to the Riot Shield. Now, once you get your melee weapon level 11, you're going to unlock the base challenge. This is going to read off, get 40 kills with the weapon. This challenge is going to be the same for both the Riot Shield and the combat knife. Here's my recommended class setup. For the tactical, you have a few different options. The flash grenade, the smoke grenade, and the stun grenade are all good. I personally prefer the stun grenade. The lethal doesn't matter anymore because the kills have to come from the melee weapon at this point. So it really doesn't matter what you run here. You don't want to be using it too much. For the perks, there's a few different options. I normally use tracker, double time, fast hands, and quick fix. However, if you're using the Riot Shield and you're playing in a lobby where people are using a lot of explosives, I will switch this to bomb squad. I'll get rid of tracker for bomb squad. But normally when I load into a lobby, I try just using these four right off the get-go, because this is going to help you get more kills. Then for our field upgrades, a trophy system I'll sometimes use when I'm in the middle of the hard point. For the most part, I'm using dead silence though. When it comes to getting kills with the melee weapons, my preferred mode is hard point, and usually I try to flank around and stay towards the outside of the hard point. Try to find the people as they're slowly moving towards the objective and take them out. Getting the kills with the combat knife are easier than getting the kills with the shield. The shield takes a little bit of practice, and it's easier to take out one at a time with the shield, but you'll get the hang of it. I prefer not running with the shield. You kind of want to just stay still, move slowly, crouch, and take it slow. If you try to play fast with the shield, it's not going to end up well. But what I can say is the more you use the shield, the more you're going to get the hang of it, and it'll get pretty easy to use after you spend a few games with it. Also, while you're using the shield, I highly recommend you pull out the knife and run with it, because this is going to make it a lot easier to move to different parts of the map. So I'm going to run around with the knife, and once I get in an area with enemies, I'm going to pull out the shield, because this is what we want to get kills with. And now we're going to walk really slow, but it doesn't matter because we were able to jet across the map with the knife. You run so fast with the knife in this game. And look, we died, so it's going to take us forever to get back where the kills are. However, pull out our knife, and we're going to use this to run around and flank. And this is going to really easily allow you to get the kills. Just be careful. You don't want to wait too late to swap back to your shield because you could get caught in the process trying to swap. So try to swap back to the shield a little bit before you engage an enemy. Also, keep an eye out for footsteps on the ground. This is going to show you where enemies are and what direction they're heading. This will easily help you get some additional kills for both your riot shield and your knife. Now, after you finish the base challenge for a melee weapon, you're going to unlock the gold challenge. This reads off, get 2 kills without dying 10 times. The class setup we're going to use for this is the exact same as the class setup we just used for the 40 kills, so I'm not going to go over everything, but here it is on screen. Once again, the game mode we're going to be playing for this gold challenge is going to be hardpoint. The first thing we want to do is we want to run in and get a kill. It doesn't matter. We have nothing to lose the first time we die. After we get a kill, we have one of 2 options. We can either just rush in and get another kill, or we can play it slow, kind of use UAVs, camp in buildings, and wait for someone to enter a building. Since the hard point's right here, we know people are going to be entering in. We can just wait for them and knife them here. However, if you're a more experienced player with the knife and riot shield, you should really easily be able to get 2 kills in one life without worrying about it. Just rushing in should be good enough for you. But if you are having troubles, wait for UAVs, kind of camp by doorways after you get your first kill and guarantee that second kill. The same thing applies for the riot shield. Rush in and get your first kill and pass this camp and wait for your second one. And there we go, 2 kills in one life. And this challenge does stack in this game, meaning if you get 4 kills in one life, it is going to count for 2 progress on getting the 10. Now, once you complete the gold challenge on both melee weapons, you're going to unlock the platinum challenge. This reads off, get 2 kills within 10 seconds 10 times. This challenge once again has to be done for both the riot shield and the combat knife, and the class setup we're using is the same class setup we used for getting 40 kills, so we're not going to go over it again, but here it is on screen. So for the 2 kills in 10 seconds, once again, I'm going to be recommending hardpoint. The reason for this is with hardpoint, there's only one objective, and everyone in the entire game is going to be clustered around this one point, meaning you're going to have an easier time finding groups of people, allowing the double kills to come even faster. These technically don't even have to be double kills. Even if it doesn't give you the double kill on screen, they have made it actually easier for both the knife and the riot shield, and it doesn't say get 10 double kills. It says get 2 kills within 10 seconds 10 times, meaning that you've got a pretty big window that it can be a double kill. Like this right here, that's going to count as a double kill even though it counted as one normally. And you'll be surprised how many times you get one of these and you didn't think it was quick enough, and you'll check at the end of the game and it's like, oh, I actually got like 4 of them this game. I only expected I was going to get 2. This should only take a couple of games. If you're playing hardpoint, playing aggressively, you'll get them really quickly. Obviously, the riot shield is going to be harder than the knife because the riot shield takes 2 smacks, whereas the knife takes 1 slice. And now that you finished the platinum challenge for both melee weapons, you have to finish the platinum challenge for a total of 51 weapons. Then you're going to be able to start on the polyatomic challenge. This reads off, get kills from behind. For the riot shield, you have to get 10 kills from behind, and for the combat knife, you've got to get a total of 20. This is going to be my recommended class setup. It's the exact same that I've recommended for the other 3 challenges, so I'm not going to go over it, but here it is on screen. The hardest challenge for most people when it comes to the melee weapons is the polyatomic challenge, the get kills from behind. However, there's a pretty easy trick for this. You want to play ground war, you want to spawn in a helicopter, and then you want to jump out, and you want to look for rooftop campers. This is pretty much how I got all of mine, and I was able to do it pretty easily in a few games. So as we coast down, we just want to find someone on a rooftop, and we're going to try to land right behind him. The harder of the 2 is going to be the riot shield. Oh, well, we got it, but we got blown up by a tank. All right, no big deal. We're just going to spawn back into the helicopter, and we're going to rinse and repeat. We're going to jump out, and we're going to slowly glide down and look for some rooftop campers. I think I see some over here. There we go. We just got to make sure he doesn't see us as we glide down. I don't know what he's looking at, but we need to stay out of his line of sight. Hopefully he doesn't hear, and he heard us. Luckily, I know a way to make ourselves respawn a lot quicker, and we're going to spawn back into the helicopter, and we're going to proceed to jump out again and rinse and repeat. Here we go. Here's another rooftop camper. This time, let's try to slowly land. We're going to pull out the shield because the shield is the harder of the 2, and he turned a little bit. Now, it doesn't always have to be a rooftop camper. If you just see a guy on the ground normally, these are still going to count, but dead silence. Activate this, make it a little bit harder to hear. The shield, like I said, is the harder of the 2. That's why they made it 10, because sometimes when you knife them in the back, they're gonna turn around, and that's just something that's gonna happen. However, if you keep doing this, getting all 10 isn't gonna take too long. The knife's gonna be quicker though. Now, if the ground war method's not working for you, you can always play hardpoint once again and flank around. However, I found that the ground war method was by far the most effective for me. Tracker and finding enemies with tracker is gonna help a lot for this because you can see their footsteps. You can walk, and wasn't gonna count as one. So definitely make sure you try both methods, but I would highly recommend the ground war one. It takes a little bit to get used to, but once you get it, you'll be able to get it done quickly. and that's something you're gonna have to do for a lot of other weapons. So if you can get that down, you'll be able to get the atomic camo very quickly. So that's it. Once you unlock the polyatomic camo for both the Riot Shield and the combat knife, you will now need to get the polyatomic camo for 51 other weapons in Modern Warfare 2. And once you do that, you'll have the Orion camo unlocked. You'll be able to use it on all the weapons in the game. With that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. If this guide helped you, make sure to leave a like and a comment. If you want to sub, we're gonna have a ton of other guides on this channel and a ton of Modern Warfare 2 content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.